Music is not me. That is not me. No, that's not me at all. I gotta do what is me here? No, I gotta put up a song with that. That is not me. No, not at all. Anyway, so I'll just come up with something else here to play here, perhaps to come out with and such. All right, Marky Billson here, Tri-City Sports Now, and let's go and talk a little bit. I was going to go. Death has become a theme of today's program, what with the passing of Skaggs and my own personal remembrance in covering baseball and a couple of former teammates of Nick Adenhart when he passed away 10 years ago. Of course, somebody tried to kill David Ortiz. Remember that? This supposedly, according to Dominican police, you heard this was a $30,000 hit that went wrong. I know there wasn't necessarily a hit on Ortiz, the assassin. Didn't get his right man. The alleged mastermind behind the shooting, Victor Hugo Gomez, arranged to have his cousin killed for $30,000. I've had some disagreements with my cousin. I never wanted to have him killed. The cousin, Sixto David Fernandez, is friends with Ortiz, was sharing a table with him at a club. The June 9 shooting happened, and Ortiz was shot in a case of mistaken identity, it was believed. Still in Boston, last we heard. Healing, David Ortiz, Big Papi. Just like Billson, will you get off with that? Would you play some happy music? I mean, you have really... if I want to listen to this, I'm going to listen to Jackson Browne records if I want depressed like it. How about Appalachian League Players of the Week? How about that? Is that pretty... We were talking about the score. Johnson City, by the way, 8-4. Best record in the league right now. All right, so they named the Appalachian League Players of the Week. The first one is not a surprise. Pitcher of the Week. We've been talking about this guy for a while. It is Mitch Stallings of the Danville Braves. Maybe not a local product, but for a Braves fan, this lefty, I wouldn't bet against this guy. Now, he is 24 and in the rookie leagues. He is 24. That's a knock against him. 30th round pick, that's a knock against him. Duke, that's a knock for him. AC, that's not a knock for him. That's a statement for him. How about this as a statement for Mitch Stallings? Atlanta native, another decent, I don't know if it's going to help him make the majors, but it's a nice story if it does happen. He'll be a popular player. Stallings was the pitcher of the week in the Appalachian League for the Danville Braves after a dominant start 6 days ago. He went 6 innings, allowing no runs, striking out 11, and even before then, that was his second start, and it was his second real good start of the campaign. Left-handed pitching, teams always want left-handed pitching. The Braves, even more after that Sean Newcomb outing. Okay, no more trying to impersonate another great sports talk show host and his laugh with that. In fact, I don't know after I did do that if I can continue to talk. Well, onward I trudge. But Mitch Stallings, pitcher of the week, and like I said, just a nice start. Atlanta native, and really has been dominant in his first two starts for the Danville Braves. Alan Serta was the pitcher of the week, 19 years old. He, of course, plays for the Greenville Reds. Hit .368 with a 1,000 slugging percentage. Tops is 4,000. That'd be if you hit a home run every time up. He had 4 home runs in 5 games, so he wasn't far off from that, with 11 ribbies, and he was signed by the Redlegs in 2018. The Appalachian League, they got a guy named Joshua Gupton who is writing up, now he's doing follow the Appalachian League players as they go above, and he's doing it in the minor leagues, as a matter of fact. So, but the thing is, sometimes it's thinly veiled, okay? Give you an example. Hey, former Elizabethton twin Griffin Jacks was just named Pitcher of the Week award winner in the Florida State League. where for the Pensacola Blue Wahoos, the Twins farmhand was 1-0 in 2 starts with an 0.69 ERA, going 13 innings and doing real well. Thing is, if you're in Pensacola, Florida State League, 3 years after you're in the Appalachian League, what kind of a prospect are you? That's the problem here. Well, perhaps improving his stock in that case, Griffin Jacks. That's fine, you know. So, you know, you got to look at things like they came up with Mitch Ney, who played for the Bluefield Blue Jays in 2013. Well, he was just Player of the Week, Chattanooga Lookouts. 422 stick last week. June, actually, it was during a 10-day period, not last week, but from June 20th to the 30th, Mitch Ney, formerly of the Bluefield, would this be the Blue Jays? Yeah, it would be the Blue Jays. Hit 422 with 4 home runs in those 10 games. Sounds pretty good. Problem is, he was in Bluefield in 2013, and now he's in AA ball in Chattanooga. I mean, this guy's going to be eligible for free agency pretty soon in the minors, if he hasn't been already. So, what's his status? Yeah, that's the problem here when you look at this. Anybody remember Wander Franco? That was a good name. Pitched for Princeton last year. He just had a 10 for 18 run in the Florida State League, playing for the Tampa Bay A-ball affiliate there. But, all right, for the Greenville Reds, Alan Serta, the center fielder, hitting .368 with 4 home runs in 5 games. He was the Player of the Week for last week. And Mitch Stallings, like I said, a little bit for the Appalachian League, yeah, it's a little long in the tooth at the age of 24, but lefty pitcher, doing real well, ACC product, yeah, and from Atlanta. Look, it's just a good story. We'll see how far it goes. I want to mention this, that the National League lineup in the All-Star game is historically young. The Josh Bell, who just hit 3 home runs, we'll get to that here. But anyway, the lineup is averaging less than 26 years old. You see this? 25.8 years old. And I know that the way baseball is going to try to spin that they're marketing the bright young star and youth is coming back to baseball, and they're going to be following their heroes as they come into adulthood. I hope that's right. I hope that's right. But you know what I look at it is? Moneyball. And 30 is the new 35. And you better get those guys into the big leagues quick, and you better give them their money before they're 28, because after 28, just like the starting pitcher really goes down the 3rd time through the order, the ball player recedes after the age of 28. Whatever happened to 29 to 35 was your prime? I guess not anymore, huh? But that's what the analytics people say, 28. So as a result, baseball teams, and also when you're 20 years old, you haven't done it yet. So the idea is the club feels they can get a better return on their investment that way. That's modern Moneyball. Remember, Moneyball in the A's was, hey, sign David Justice. Yeah, I know he's on the second half of his career, but he's got a year or 2 good left, and nobody else wants him, so you should be able to get him for an A's price. You should be able to get him cheap. Well, it worked then, but now I think, and you see this with Ron Acuna Jr., who's 21 years old and going to be starting the All-Star game. Oldest All-Star starter for the National League is going to be 29, by the way. That'll be Freddie Freeman, who I don't think anybody really thinks of as an old ball player, nor does anybody really, I think, not think that he's got many productive years ahead of him. I mean, there's a guy that I think you're kind of saying, yeah, I can see Freeman playing another 10 years for the Braves. Sure, yeah, absolutely. Anyway, just way it's looking at, and I do think that that's a sign of the times. Like I said, I do think that for a ball player, 30 is the new 35. They really start looking then at, we can do cheaper, and we can do younger, and we can do more upside potential now. And after 28, you're on the second half of your career anyway in baseball today. And that's why the National League lineup is historically young, averaging 25.8 years old. Hey, a basketball coach from Elizabethton just hired a right-hand man. Southern Conference quarterback, what's his chances of beating out a Tennessee quarterback? And if I have anything more, they're going to play that Women's World Cup shortly. Why don't people like the USA?